Welcome to Edulution 2.0. Edulution was originally created as an answer to the COVID-19 pandemic when the world went remote and students lost their opportunity to be in the classroom. To help prevent students from falling behind, Edulution filled the gap for those who didn't have Wi-Fi or technology. Edulution has supported the community for over 2 years, filling the educational divide through equity and access, ensuring that all students have a fair chance to learn and succeed in life. Our host is Ms. Pia Rosa, a Bronx-born and raised educator with a heart for her community. Let's start the show.
Hello everyone, I'm Pia Rosa, and thank you for stopping by to tune into another episode of Edulution.
Have you ever found yourself at the store trying to decide which items to buy for the best price? Thankfully, calculating unit rate can help you decide. Let's learn how.
So I need peanut butter, oats, and maple syrup for this amazing recipe that we're gonna make tonight. I gotta find the maple syrup right now. How am I gonna know what the better price is for the amount of ounces in each of these syrups? How am I gonna figure that out? I don't know, but I wish there was a way to figure that out.
Let's head to the bodega to pick up some syrup. That's right, we're going to head to the bodega and we're going to talk about unit rate. No, that's not what we came here for. Put those back. We're here for one specific reason, and that's to pick up maple syrup and figure out which one is the best buy. So, as we saw in the video, Mr. Margalis was presented with two different sizes of syrup. Well, we're going to figure out which one was the better deal. How can we do that? Let's think back. We can always set up a table whenever we're talking about finding the unit rate. We just have to remember that we set up a column for what we have. And in this case, it's going to be cost in one column and size in the other. We set up our ratio because that's what we have here available to us. $4.39 for 12 ounces. But my goal is to figure out how much it costs per 1 ounce. So operationally speaking, I can divide 12 by 12 to get 1. That's how I can get from 12 to 1. Now, when dealing with the ratio, just like with the fraction, what operation I perform on one number, I have to perform on the other. And so in this case, I'm going to need to divide $4.39 by 12. And when I do that, I come up with a number that includes decimals and some numbers. In this case, I have 0.365. Remember, money is only 2 place values to the right of the decimal. So I need to look one more place to the right and see if do I need to round up or round down? In this case, because it's a 5, I know I need to round up. And so I now know that the 12-ounce bottle of syrup costs 37 cents per 1 ounce. Let's think about it. If you're in the bodega, you may not have a table handy, but you can have a calculator or you can use your cell phone. And if you put in $4.39 divided by 12, you would come up with that decimal and you'll know that you should round it to 37 cents. Now, let's look at 8-ounce bottle. We're going to set up a table identical. We're just going to put in the new information, $3.29 to 8 ounces. But how am I going to get from 8 to 1? You've got it, divide. I can divide 8 by 8 to get me to 1. And as with the strategy that we know when we're dealing with ratios, what I do to one number, I have to do to the other. So $3.29 divided by 8, going to get 0.411 in some numbers. But then again, have to remember place value. When it comes to money, it's only 2 to the right. So look to the third number, it's a 1. So I am going to round down where it's 41 cents. I can now also put that into the calculator or my cell phone if I have it with me. $3.29 divided by 8 to come up with the 41 cents. I'm now able to compare which one is the better buy. I have the 12-ounce bottle at 37 cents per ounce, and I have the 8-ounce bottle at 41 cents. So the 12-ounce syrup that costs $4.39 is the better buy, even though it's more expensive, because for 1 ounce or per each ounce, it's cheaper. So that is the better deal. I cannot wait, and I know you can't wait to get those ingredients so that you can get to your snack.
I'm here trying to buy some really delicious treats for some peanut butter, oats, and maple syrup for my delicious peanut butter bars that I'm making. I need to find out, which peanut butter should I buy? I'm not really sure about which one I should buy. Here's the Jif peanut butter. It's $6.29. Let me come over here and take a look at the Super Chunk Skippy, everyone's favorite. And that says it's $2.79. Which one should I buy? I don't know. So hopefully someone can help me figure this out.
Earlier in our video, we went to the bodega and found the price of 2 different syrups and calculated the unit rate to find out which was a better price. Now, let's go to the grocery store and check out the price of peanut butter. So while we were at the store, we were comparing Jif and Skippy. We found that Jif peanut butter was $6.29 for a 2.5-pound jar, and Skippy was $2.79 for a 1-pound jar. Which one should we buy? To do this, we need to figure out which one is the best price. So let's set up a ratio. As you can see here, we have a ratio set up. And what a ratio is a comparison of 2 different numbers or items. So here we are comparing money, or our price, to the weight or the amount in pounds. So we know that the Jif is $6.29 for 2.5 pounds. What we want to find is how much it costs for 1, because a unit rate is always out of 1. So to get from 2.5 to 1, we divide by 2.5. 2.5 divided by 2.5 equals 1. Whatever we do to the bottom with a ratio, we need to do to the top. So now we take our $6.29 and divide it by 2.5, and we get $2.52. This means that it costs $2.52 for 1 pound of Jif peanut butter. Let's take a look at Skippy. Skippy, we know, is $2.79 for 1 pound. So they already gave us our unit rate here. So we know that 1 pound is $2.79. Which is the best deal or price? The winner is Jif. The reason why Jif is a better price, even though it costs more money for the jar we looked at, is because it's less money per pound. Jif was $2.52 per pound, while Skippy was $2.79 per pound. So although the Jiffy jar is more expensive, it's less money per pound, which means that the Jif is a better deal.
For more information on unit rates and unit prices, and to practice what you learned today, you can use the web link below or use the QR code to access practice problems.
Hello, my name is Mr. McGuire, and I teach math at Paul L. Dunbar Middle School, located in the Morsania section of the Bronx.
Hi, my name is Lauren Leslie, and I work at MS 337 in the Soundview area of the Bronx in District 8.
My name is Miss Carrington. I'm a teacher leader, a peer collaborative teacher, and I'm currently working at the Bronx Math Preparatory in Castle Hill in the Bronx.
Hi, my name is Rob Hemstreet, and I teach at MS 337 in the Soundview area of the Bronx in District 8.
Marissa Bailey, Bronx Academy for Multimedia, District 8 in Hunts Point.
My name is Caitlin Wissert. I work in District 8 in the Soundview section of the Bronx at MS 337.
And I'm Elon Shai, SPED teacher at PS MS 280 in the Norwood section of the Bronx, District 10.
Hi, I'm Mr. Shai, and I'm with the AP Bench at District 8. Today's lesson will be on geometric shape monsters for grades K through 2nd. Goal: students will learn about the elements of art, shape, and understand how lines make shapes. Big ideas. The student can create art by using a variety of the elements of art, focusing in on line and shape. Essential questions and understandings. How do we use line to make a shape? How do we use shapes to get to school today? What do we eat in the shape of a triangle or square? How do we create a shape? How important do you think it is for art? Where do we see shapes? What do shapes do in art? Materials. All we need is paper, pencil, markers, crayons, or colored pencils. The vocabulary for today's lesson is the circle, rectangle, square, oval, triangle, semicircle, and diamond. A shape is a two-dimensional and encloses space. A shape can be geometric or organic. And a geometric shape is a shape which has straight sides or regularly shaped curves, such as a circle, square, triangle, and a rectangle. A line is one of the elements of art. A line is a dot that went for a walk. It has a beginning and an end. Today, we are going to learn about another art element, shape. A shape is a line that encloses space. To make a shape using a line, the beginning of the line will be at the same place as the ending. The line encloses a space and forms a shape. There are many different kinds of shapes. We will focus on geometric shapes, a shape which has straight sides or regularly shaped curves, such as the circle, square, triangle, and rectangle. Okay, so here's the procedure. First, we're going to pick one geometric shape to be the monster's body. This will be drawn big in the middle of the paper. Then, we're going to pick one geometric shape for the nose, and then another geometric shape for the mouth, and then another geometric shape for the arms and hands, and then another geometric shape for the legs and feet. Then we can create for the eyes, for the hair, and any other details you'd like to add. You can go back and use a variety of shapes to add more details to your art. Trace your pencil with a marker and then color neatly inside the lines. Look at your monster and think about which shapes you used and why. Watch now as I create my monster. The cross-curriculum integration for math are the classification of shapes, language arts, recognizes and uses new vocabulary, and science knows that objects can be grouped according to characteristics, and social studies understands how art reflects people and their beliefs. I hope you enjoyed my monster shape lesson. Rawr!
Hey friends, I know that we've been learning a lot together, but can you think of the most important thing that you took away from that lesson?
Hello guys, I'm Miss Popovich and I have a new strategy for you. So let's get started. Materials you will need for this class. You will need your attention and participation for this class today. Our objective is I can use cognates to identify the most tricky words I come across in English. We also have some rules. Be on time, be attentive, be respectful, have fun. Today, I want to teach you that many English words have their roots in other languages. So knowing another language can help you figure out some of the most tricky vocabulary you'll come across in English. Think of a word in the other language you know that looks like or sounds like the English word. Think about what the word means in the other language and see if a similar meaning would fit in the context in which you encountered the English word. Let's try. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna be reading a short passage. While I'm reading, I will try to figure out the meaning of the tricky English words that look like or sound like the words in the other languages I know. Muhammad and the Islamic Empire. The Islamic Empire stretched across a vast land by the year 750. In the Islamic Empire, scholars made great contributions through translation of ancient texts, as well as through new advances in mathematics and medicine. I noticed one tricky word here. It's contributions. But I know a cognate in Spanish that sounds like contribution. The meaning of the word is a gift or input. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of the sentence and read it again and see if this meaning of the word input or gift has sense in the sentence. In the Islamic Empire, scholars made great input through translation of ancient texts. Yes, it has sense. So knowing a Spanish cognate helped me identify the meaning of the word contribution. Great. Let's keep reading. During this time, art and architecture also thrived. Some of the most beautiful buildings in the world were designed by Muslim architects. I see another tricky word, buildings. But I know a Bangla cognate that sounds the same. I'm gonna highlight this word. And Bangla cognate sounds exactly the same, building, which means a structure with a roof and walls. Let's go back to the sentence and see if it has sense. Some of the most beautiful structures with the roof and walls in the world were designed by Muslim architects. Really has sense. Beautiful. This Bengali cognate help me identify the meaning of the word. Great. Let's keep going. The Great Mosque of Samarra in Iraq is one of these buildings. Muslim artists created complex patterns and designs in bright colors. They apply these patterns to all types of surfaces: pottery, tile, glass, wood, plaster, stucco, and even brick. I see another tricky word. I'm gonna highlight it. Applied. And I know a Spanish cognate that sounds like aplicado for feminine or aplicado for masculine, and it means put to practical use. Let's see if it has sense. They put into practical use these patterns to all types of surfaces. Beautiful. Now I see that these cognates help me identify a lot of different words. Let's keep going. Islamic artists develop calligraphy, the art of elegant writing. Muslims often use calligraphy to write words from the Quran. Thus, they turn the words into works of art. Let's go over the steps that I took to identify the meaning of the tricky words. The first thing what I did, I thought of a word I know in another language that looks or sounds the same. The second step what I did, I asked myself a question. What does the word mean in the other language? And the third step, I ask myself, does the word in this book mean the same? Or in this text mean the same? I went back to the sentence, I read it again, and made sure that it sounds fine. Great job today. We learned a new strategy that helped us identify the meaning of some tricky English words. While you are trying to identify the meaning of the words, you should ask yourself the following questions. Do I know a word in another language that looks like this? Can I think of a word that sounds like this? Think about what the word means in the other language. Think about what this word might mean in English. Think about how it's used here. It might not mean the exact same thing, more likely something similar. You have homework. You will read a book or an article and try to identify unknown words by using the strategy that you learned today. Hope you enjoyed learning together. Goodbye.
I am so happy that we had this time together. We have come to the end of our show. Take care and stay safe.
The Bronx Edulution. We are Bronx Strong.